Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Recently we looked at the Fixed Star X2 system from Fire Maple, and I talked to you about another system called the Polaris that we're going to check out that's just a little bit different. So today we will look at that more expensive brother, the Polaris cooking system, and we'll ask, is it worth the $15 or $20 more over the base X2? Stay tuned, we'll take a look at it. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the X2 system, and I'll make sure to leave a link down below if you guys want to check that out, maybe up here in the cards. I don't remember which side it is ever. Can never get that right. But if you're interested in that last video, check it out. This system is a little bit different. It costs a little bit more, and there's a specific reason for that. Like the X2, it's pretty much a copy of the Jetboil style system. So let's take a look at the Polaris, and then we'll talk about the differences between this and the X2. All right, so this is the Polaris system from Fire Maple. Looks quite a bit like the X2 that we looked at a few weeks ago. There is the system itself. Once again, it is very similar specs from the standpoint of dimensions, 5.2 by 8.1 closed and 10 by 10.4. It is also 22 ounces. The power is a little bit less at 6142, that's 6,142 BTU, made in China. At the time of this filming, it was $67.96. The components, once again, very similar to before. It has this little latch. Open it up. The components include a lid that does have a drainage hole on top. It comes with a accessory pot stand that you can use any kind of pot with it or any kind of pan with it, not just the one that comes with the Polaris kit itself. It does hold the 230 gram gas canister. Inside, we've got our stabilizer for the gas canister, which we won't use today. We have the burner system itself, which once again, you just flip this out. It's a little bit different down here. There's a smaller handle for this one. Also has the built-in piezo igniter. And then you have the 1 liter cup, which will boil up to 1 liter. It is a little bit different. It's a bigger pot, feels like a bigger pot than the X2, slightly larger. And that 1 liter or 32 ounces goes down a little bit lower. So you should be able to boil it very easily in this pot. I think a little bit easier with the X2. If you leave it boiling with a full liter for any amount of time, you will get water spilling out. This one should not do that as much. Features, it does have the heat exchanger pot, which again, they claim a 30% improved efficiency. It has the built-in piezo igniter, the stabilizer pot stand for use with any pot. Like I said, this will pop right on top right here. One of the things I like about this particular pot stand, unlike the X2, is that it sits right inside of it. And the other one sits on top of this ring. This one sits right inside of it. And that allows the pot itself to sit closer to the flame, which is going to make it work just a little bit better. This flame also has a little bit of a guard around it. As you can see, this burner has a little bit of a guard around it. It has the folding heat-proof handle, heat-resistant neoprene sleeve, basically the same thing. The key to the whole thing, though, if we take this off, you can't see it necessarily, but it's this right here. It is the micro-regulated valve. This allows for better performance at extreme temperatures. It controls from simmer to boil, and it works by maintaining pressure even at low canister volumes or low canister pressures. It will maintain the pressure consistent through the valve. Claims to boil 1 liter of water in 3.5 minutes. So we'll see. The X2 boiled 1 liter of water in 4 minutes, so we'll see how this one does. It says 3.5 minutes. Let me show you guys. As far as putting it together, you can see, look, all these systems are the same. This locks right on here. It does lock into place, so you can lock it on. You can hang it if you want to. A lot of people will hang this system, and really works well like that. If you're in extreme temperatures, if you're in the snow, for example, you can hang it from a tree or from your tent, whatever it might be. We're going to go ahead and boil 2 cups of water, measure fuel consumption. We're also going to boil 4 cups or 1 liter of water and measure fuel consumption. I'm also going to show you guys, once we're boiling, how well we can control it down to a simmer, which is what makes this particular product different than the X2, and in my opinion, definitely worth a little bit extra money. All right, guys, let's talk pros and cons. We'll start with the pros. The cost is definitely something that's a pro when you look at the system. It's more expensive than the X2, but I think it's worth it. It does have a high volume. It's a higher volume than most of your Jetboil systems. It just has a bigger pot. The neoprene sleeve is excellent. It's overall pretty lightweight for what you get. Compact, it holds a larger gas canister like the X2, the 230 gram, which just gives you the ability to carry a bigger gas canister and it'll last longer on trail. It has that micro regulated valve, which is what sets it apart, and it also comes with a pot stand that you can use included in the base price with any other pot or pan or anything. You don't have to just use the Polaris pot that kind of locks on there. You can use anything you want. As far as cons go, the weight is a little higher than I would like, but it is a pretty big system. And as I said with the X2, I really don't like the way that it kind of latches the pot lid on. It's just not my favorite way, but it works fine. Once again, I hear you say don't support the rip-offs, don't support these companies that just copy or clone these other systems. I don't disagree with you. Look, I don't disagree with you. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I would purchase this system over a Jetboil or an MSR. The MSR in particular, the wind burner system, is the best system you can get like this. It is absolutely impenetrable to the wind, but it costs a lot more money. So a lot of people out there don't have that cash. They just don't, guys. So before you start spouting hate and you say, don't do this and don't do that, you shouldn't do this. Look, I'm trying to create an environment on the channel where I review anything from the $10 stove to the $300 stove, because we want to have that variability. There are people that can afford really high priced systems, and there are people that cannot. There are college students out there that are just trying to get into backpacking and they don't have the money to do it. So I want to give them the opportunity. They're going to go on Amazon, they're going to see this Fire Maple Polaris system for, you know, 70 bucks, and they're going to say, man, that wind burner is $250. Oh, I got a leaf. That wind burner is $250. I wonder if I can use this system. And that's what these reviews are all about. So understand. The bottom line is that it is comparable to the Jetboil and the wind burner systems. It's much less expensive. The quality, I'm sure, is not there. It may fail over time, but we're looking at a substantial difference in price. Once again, I think this stove is great for a lot of different things. I don't know that I would carry it. I don't even carry the flash system on backpacking trips. I think it's too heavy for me. But this particular system, it's great for RV camping, motorcycle camping, bike camping. You can use it camping, like as far as like just car camping. You can do that as well. It's also great for emergencies at home. I mentioned in the X2 video, if you rely on a lot of, or plan to rely on a lot of dehydrated meals at home in emergencies, you want a really fast, efficient way to boil water up so you can make those things. This system is compact, super easy. You can buy 5-6 canisters of fuel. You can even buy the real big canisters of fuel and store them at home. They won't go bad, and you'll have an easy way to boil up water. You always want to have multiple systems. I think wood burning is great because you can use a lot, you can get a lot of fuel anywhere. But if you want something on hand that's really easy to use, this type of system for the price, you can't beat it. As a solo backpacker, this system is absolutely overkill. But if you're on a trip with 2 or 3 people, a lot of times the easiest way to save weight is to share weight. If you're on the trail with 2 or 3 people, this system is big enough to boil enough water for all of you. And if you can spread the weight out, it may be worth taking. I probably would not, but it may be worth taking. What do you guys think? What do you think about the Polaris? Did you watch the X2 video? Make sure you leave comments down below. What do you think? What do you think about these kinds of products that basically copy a system? It's out of the bag. I mean, they're copying them now. There's no way around it. Did MSR copy the Jetboil to make the wind burner and just change the way that they made the burner system? I don't know, you tell me. The bottom line is, like I said, people want to see these reviews. They want to know what these systems are all about, so I'm going to try to do that for you guys. As I said in my original video, this product was sent to me by Fire Maple for free. They did not ask for a review. They simply said, we know you like these stoves. You test a lot of stoves. We think our stoves are good. Would you like to check them out? They sent both of them to me for free. They did not ask for a review. They did not review this video. They have no idea what I'm saying. This is just what I'm thinking about these systems. I think it's a pretty reasonable system, a very reasonable cost, and a good alternative if you're looking for something less expensive than the products I would recommend over them, which is probably the MSR wind burner system, which is the best of this type of compact system. Do me a favor, guys, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps me spread things across YouTube. I know from analytics that a lot of you are not subscribed to this channel when you watch these videos, so do me a favor as well. Stop, hit that subscription button if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos. Hit the notification bell, you'll be the first to know. I have a playlist on all kinds of stove systems, probably 140 videos on that playlist by now. It's going to just keep on growing because I have a problem with stoves. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.